How's it being back out there after having to be on the sideline for a few weeks?
It's good. It's nice to be back feeling myself running again. I think just over a period of time, obviously playing this game since I was 6 years old, I don't know what it's like to not have football in my life. So to be out this long, I don't want to. It was hard. It was hard emotionally. So just glad to be back out there.
How close to 100% right now?
I haven't felt 100% since I was born. So I don't know. I'm probably about 80-85% right now. And the truth of the matter is that it won't be 100%. It's something I got to deal with for the rest of the season.
So where you been and where were you going?
I've been working, and because I have a knee, as Pete Carroll put it.
Did they kind of make the decision for you and kind of say you got to sit this out and all that? Or?
Kind of not. First 2 days of camp, I realized that it wasn't where we wanted it to be. In order for me to sustain the level of play, being able to express myself athletically that I want to, so it was time to do something more serious.
When did you first notice it?
First time it popped up was like the first week of OTAs, and we were able to manage it through OTAs. It was the last. I know you guys know I didn't play in minicamp. It's a time that I was trying to get it right. That's when it first started.
Is it all problematic to go into the regular season with no game experience under your belt?
Say it again?
Is it all problematic to go into the regular season with no game experience?
Oh man, I had a smart-ass comment for you, but I'm not gonna give it to you. No. Obviously, I would have liked to had some game reps and more practice, just because I'm a rep guy, especially coming out with a new offense. I'd like to get the physical reps, especially with the quarterback, trying to get that chemistry and build that rapport. But for the most part, I've been playing football since I was little, so it's not really much different for me. And I've been in the league now going on 8 years, so hopefully it's at this point it's like riding a bike, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
What have you seen now the receivers kind of filling in for you, just that whole group in general?
Extremely talented. You got a plethora of athletic types. You got guys who are big and fast, like David Moore, who could pretty much do anything on the football field, and he's extremely gifted at maneuvering his body. Marcus Johnson, who is incredibly fast. Seal Grayson, same thing, but just has the shiftiness to go inside in the slot. Keenan Reynolds, who's shown everything, his ability to be in every type of receiver, especially showing his ability in the slot and his cerebralness. And the list goes on and on. Obviously, Brandon Marshall doing really well. Tyler obviously doing really well. Malik is doing really well. So we've got guys across the board who can do everything that the offense requires them and asks them to do. And so I think we're in a really good spot. It's gonna be tough on the coaches to narrow it down.
When you get back next week, is it no limitations, or you still got to find that out?
It'll be something that we have to manage throughout the course of the year. So it'll be day to day. Law of attraction. Bobby Wagner talks about the law of attraction. I tell him I'm a realist. He says he said Will Smith. He's yet to send me this video about Will Smith talking about realism. But I told him, I believe in what he wants to believe in. If he says law of attraction, you know what? I'm gonna keep trying to put it out there that I want to be 6'3", and I'm hoping one day that just law of attraction, I happen to be 6'3". We'll see. Realism.
But I could. I don't stop wrong. I know it.
Bobby Wagner, everybody. Bobby Wagner.
What did you, like game days, what have you been doing? Has that been hard for you, weird for you to kind of, they're playing somewhere else and you're doing whatever you're doing?
Yeah, whatever I'm doing.
Well, I guess I don't know what your routine is on those days when you're not.
There you go. You could ask.
Well, okay. So
So
What's your routine on game
I got to
day?
teach a reporter to ask questions. Preseason, right now, I've been part of my run progression. So when the guys are in San Diego or in where did we play last game? Minnesota. I've been out here running, trying to get ready for the regular season. So it's been a whole progression for me up to this point, and obviously you guys see I'm still doing it. So it's going to be an ongoing, continuous thing throughout the year.
You obviously want to be out there every day, but with the time you were off and Tyler was out for a little bit, can that be good for the young guys to get those extra reps and kind of be asked to do more because you're not there?
Absolutely. It gives them opportunities to demonstrate themselves as athletes and as players. It get some extra reps so that when they come to this game, especially because they're going to have so much time to play, for them to actually go out there and feel comfortable and play fast. And that's, unfortunately, sometimes that happens. It happened for me my freshman year, my rookie year, so it was good for me to have that opportunity, and for these young guys as well. Not only just to kind of fill out their resume to make this team, but also to put tape on the field and on film in case they have to go somewhere else.
Did any of the treatment you've gotten for your knee require surgery?
Depends on your definition of surgery. Next question.
How different does the team feel with all the changes that have been made since last year?
How does the team feel? What do you mean by that?
Well, Michael's gone, Richard's gone, all the big names that have gone, the fixtures here for so long. Is there a different attitude or mood or anything?
Oh, of course. It's been difficult to really tell what our identity is going to be as a team, just because those guys for so long have helped create the identity that we've had as Seahawks and the championship mentality and this championship culture. And now that they're not here, a lot of the young guys, they're kind of just finding their way. And it's okay because, we had to do it when we first came in as well, but it's going to take time. And I think that, just as time goes on, generations seem different. I look at some of these guys and I just think sometimes they're different, from the guys that we had, which is, you take it for whatever you want. It's just different, and but this is a young guy team now, and so they're gonna have to find their way, and they're gonna have to rise to the top and create their own identity. And as we continue to move forward throughout the course of the season, I think that'll happen. I think there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of great ability, but everybody has ability in the league. It's really, when it comes down to it, who has the mental toughness to go out there and demonstrate who they are on a continuous basis. So I'm really anxious to see who rises to the top for that.
Does that make your role more important as kind of a veteran mentor type guy?
Maybe not. I think it does in the grand scheme of things, but for me personally, it doesn't really change much. I've tried to mold myself in terms of leadership in a different way. I have to do it differently now in our receivers room, just because Jermaine Kearse is not there anymore. He was a big leader in our room in balancing me out, and now I have to be a little bit different in that regard. So with that being said, I think that we have a lot of leadership on this team that is going to step up when it's needed. Right now it's just getting the younger guys some opportunities to demonstrate who they are in preseason.
What have you seen out of Shoddy, Brian Schottenheimer, and the way he works with the wide receivers, kind of that new philosophy coming in?
He's really good. He's different, obviously, but he's really good. He allows us to, especially us as the veterans, he allows us to kind of figure out the offense with him, right? So he's putting in things that are vastly different than what we've experienced before, and he knows that we have a different perspective, and he listens to us. So when he puts in a play, and then he'll come to us and ask you, what do you think about this? Do you think you can do it this way, or do you want to do it differently? And so he has a really good working relationship with the veterans, and we're trying to mold it together, and it's coming along. Again, it's going to take time, just because it's just like anything else. It takes time, but I think we're in a good position, and he's a great leader in that regard.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.